Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So today we have a video that has long been expected and requested, and this video is about the financial side of living in Medina with your family. This video is based on a real case of a student who lives here in Medina today with his wife and a little kid. And now I will detail his expenses for living in Medina, which I asked from him. And let's for convenience call this student Abdullah in this video. So, the first item is about expenses for acquiring visa for student's family. Because Abdullah is a student of the Islamic University, he made a visa for his wife under the university program called Al-Istiqdam. What is the Istiqdam program, you might ask? This is a program where a student can bring their family to Saudi Arabia for as long as his student visa is valid and his studies continue. It is at the Islamic University of Madinah that this program is available only from the third semester of the faculty of the Islamic University, while at other universities in Saudi Arabia there is no such restriction. And a student under this program must deposit 35,000 riyals or $9,300, which will be proof that he can provide for his family. And again, this deposit is mandatory only at the Islamic University of Medina. In other universities of Saudi Arabia, there are no such requirements for Istiqdam. As for Abdullah, he brought his family under this program by paying deposit. At the time when he took advantage of this program, the deposit was 24,000 riyals or $6,400. Today, this deposit is 35,000 riyals or $9,300, but half of this deposit is returned to the student every month at 1,000 riyals. The remaining half will be returned to the student upon graduation from the university. And only then the student can bring his family under this program. Of course, these restrictions are very inconvenient for students who often do not have such finances, but these are forced measures, because when these measures weren't initially in place, some students from relatively poor countries brought their families without these restrictions, and then it happened that when a student could not provide for his family in Medina, then his wife, children went out to beg from passers-by. That was bad for the reputation of the university, so the administration was forced to put such condition on the Istiqdam at the Islamic University of Madinah. If a student does not have money for a deposit for the Istiqdam program, then the student can apply for a Ziyara visa, i.e. visa on which the student's family can visit the student in Saudi Arabia. But it will be valid for only 9 months, and every 3 months the student's family will either have to leave the country and come back to renew visa or pay a certain amount of money for each family member. With this Ziyara visa, you can bring your family, children, parents, brothers, sisters, and its advantage is that you do not need to pay the deposit. Housing. Housing in Medina is rented either for a year or for 6 months. Sometimes landlords agree to a 3-month lease, but there is no monthly rent. Abdullah rents an apartment for 7,000 riyals or $1,900 a year. 7,000 riyals per year is the minimum price. Allah gave him the opportunity to rent an apartment relatively cheaply, and on average renting an apartment costs from 7,000 to 12,000 riyals per year, depending on the apartment. Wealthy students rent for 20,000 riyals a year, but there are few such students. The apartment that Abdullah rents has 2 rooms, 2 bathrooms, a small kitchen. The whole apartment is about 50 square meters. Utilities cost another 2,500 riyals per year. Because often apartments are rented out completely empty, he had to buy appliances and furniture. You can buy new ones in stores, but many students buy used ones from a phone app called Haraj or from the Islamic University Telegram group. In order to save money, Abdullah bought used stuff, and he got fridge for 900 riyals, washing machine for 400 riyals, 2 air conditioners, bike for the transportation, cupboard, table with chairs, 2 gas bottles, baby carriage, air humidifier, oven, gas stove, and a chair for a child. Monthly expenses. Considering that his family consists of him, his wife, and a little kid, then he spends from 1,300 riyals to 1,500 riyals on food, transport, medicines. This includes unlimited internet, 160 riyals per month, plus for communication 40 riyals per month. Well, let's sum it up. If a student has the same expenses as Abdullah, then in the first year he will need 65,000 riyals or $17,300. Of these, 35,000 riyals or $9,300 are a deposit in order to make a family visa, 9,500 riyal or $2,500 rent of an apartment and utilities for a year, 3,560 riyal or $950 to furnish the apartment, 16,800 riyals, $4,500 annual food and other expenses. And it will also be necessary for the family to purchase a ticket to Medina, which also costs money. This is the first year. For subsequent years, the annual cost excluding inflation will already be 30,000 riyals or $8,000 per year. If you add another car, then of course the costs will increase. For example, here is a 2014 Geely car. It was bought for 14,000 riyals or $3,740. Insurance cost another $160, registration upon purchase of another $150, and periodic inspection costs $27, plus payment for gasoline depending on consumption. And one more example, I will show the apartment of another student, the rent of which is 13,000 riyals per year. Upon renting, it was empty as is customary, clean, comfortable, over 100 square meters. It also had to be furnished with appliances and other things. Honestly, after these careful calculations, I even felt a little scared for the students, especially for those who are married and want to bring their families to Medina. But in any case, the rizq is from Allah. وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.